This here's a video montage and a photographic montage of my workshop, where I try to build things that are for environmental purposes. It's here that I try to build a special rake. I don't know. I think I have a videograph and I have a videograph and photos of the project. But what I did was, for environmental purposes, many years ago. I have photos, I think. What I did is I attached this sucker to attach this rake to I attached the rake to a scouting stick, and the purpose was to I'll give you a good little montage of my or tour of my neighborhood. What I did was I see that house right there. A few years ago, it was being roofed. Roofing workers were building there. Unfortunately, the wind blows in a kind of like weird direction like this here in Calgary. It blows the storms away from us, actually. The storms will be very big up in the north end of the city, but sometimes we don't get it. We get it now. So what happens was no fault of anybody, and perhaps probably freaked the roofer off, because the little plastic cover, a plastic ribbon, or maybe a plastic sheet, fluttered into the trees there. Such a thing makes an eyesore in such a nice neighborhood such as here. And the thing is, we're right next to Fish Creek Park, so it's very imperative that we try to keep this place as clean as possible. Otherwise, Fish Creek Park is a very important biome, a trout river, a dog park, and the archaeological site for what happens is oh no, my shoes are flopping. I have to tie it up. That's how I messed up my ankles the first time. What happens was I tried to use a pair of stairs to ladder, a step ladder from here where I used to work, to try and get up there, but I couldn't do it safely. So that's why I invented the extendo rake, and that sort of worked. I was able to use some really cat skills and kind of nudge it out. So that's the environmental project I worked on. And the thing is, when this plastic breaks down into its components again, it leaves a bunch. I think it leaves. I could be wrong, but I think from what I read, it leaves some kind of chemical residue that goes into our water system and into our food system, and somehow slowly turns this the hormones messes up the sexual hormones for people. Or was I thinking of hard plastic bottles? I'm thinking of hard plastic bottles, I believe. Bisphenol A, which has been banned. So that's good. But still, plastic is an eyesore. Who doesn't like living in places where it's clean? This is actually another project I was supposed to work on, but I don't see any overly environmental damages, such as the littering. What I did for the past 2 years, and if I just grab a rake and I rake this area, and driver buys will probably give me a crazy look. I'm gonna pull my pants, sorry. I'm sorry if you saw anything. The camera was attached to is roped around my hand. I'm a very clumsy boy, since my ankle problem. I don't know. God made me this way. Now the main project I want to show you, the main thing I want to show you is what I did here. This place is you want to see. Everyone wants to be a good citizen and clean up, but it's very hard when there's drunk citizens jumping the curb, hitting that thing, turning this into a football shape. See? The fissure goes up here. So this is now a football shape, and this is now a doesn't have the exact volume length times width times circle formula volume. Now it has length times width times football shape, and football shape is very, very smaller. So I call 311. What you can do is you call 311, and whenever you guys see things are overfilling, always call 311 in your stop centers, and just recite the traffic number on the sign there. 7682. And here is the one thing I want to show you. This is called Lakshay. I'm not going to get too close to there, but Lakshay is polluted water that has been contaminated with garbage crap. Think of it as chewing tobacco, the slime from chewing tobacco, the brown goo. Think of it that way. So what happens is, I'm just going to ignore the 96 here because I don't need to go to school yet. I'm talking to you. One of the things is, we're lucky that this thing is not. Leaking. If so, this no. This thing will leak and flow into the river. Now, I'm not sure if I'm probably not, but maybe so. A lot of these drainage, because of rainy days like this, especially stormy weather, flash floods like hail. Like, you guys live in Calgary, you guys know how much hail sucks. Our cars get damaged. Well, what happens is, I think from what I've observed out of Fish Creek while hiking there on days where there's a sudden downpour, that I'm thinking that all these little drains go into a big drain and jettison out into it's drained out into Fish Creek Park. So what happens is, if this thing leaks, it's carrying away all the toxic urine, I guess, Lakshay urine, and it pollutes the river. So the thing is not overflowing, but it is filling up. You know, this lid is now open. Rain water is getting in there. Milky milk is trying to escape here, so I'm just gonna put it back into the Lakshay. Wash my hands after. The purpose is that nothing's being sold. So I called 311 to come and clean it up, but you know how Calgary Transit is. They might not have the manpower when they're always on strike or something. They have lots of time to go on strike, but you don't have time to clean up these places. I usually find this place filled up with trash, so I usually toss it in there. Now, what I'm going to try and do, this was actually a project that I was planning to do. I was planning to do this project beforehand, actually, before I read the course syllabus. So what happens is, I'm going to try and grab a mallet, and I'm going to see, but I don't think that I'm strong enough to do it. This thing is really, really thick metal. That means that the car was going really hard through Titanic. See, there's the Titanic laceration there. Let me give a better closer view. Titanic laceration. So what happened was, I'm going to try and get a rubber mallet. I'm going to try and, when the weather gets better, I'm going to try and start to, when we got into Indian summer, I am going to try and videograph me making a fool of myself trying to re-bend super metal. I don't think you can though. I think you need to have a proper machinery to do that. But it's a good thought that counts. If not, then I guess the next best thing I can do is just videograph myself calling 311, which I've been doing for the past two months, since spring. I didn't know you could do that actually, to tell you the truth. But then sometimes these garbages have a little label, plastic label on it. It says, or not plastic, a label sticker that says, "If this thing is full, please call 311." So I'm gonna do that. I'm 311. I'll add that to my repertoire of being weird. Be called 311 guy. I do lots of things around Calgary just for fun, just for the lulz. For instance, sometimes there's some litter in their yards, people's yards, on my walk home, and I just step in there and pick it up. Because, like I said, we're living next to Fish Creek Park. So these candy wrappers, these garbages, they'll chip bags, they'll eventually flutter into the air during springtime, during fall time, and then eventually back. Somehow they always end up in the river. So speaking of river, I will go work out at Fish Creek Park. No, not Fish Creek Park. I'm planning to do work out a couple times again, because I'm on AISH. I have a special workout card that grants me 3 months free, $3 a turn, and no, 3 turns of $3 a turn. I'd like to thank you, taxpayers, for allowing me the ability to get out of this dungeon into the real world. Thank you. But the thing is, when you take the C train from Victoria Park, apologize to people living in the neighborhood. I put out stupid stuff. I'm sorry. ADD, or no, autism is really dumb. I hate it. Hope there's a cure for it one day. Some people might be happy with autism. Some people, I'm not. But anyways, I usually use this place as, well, my father's old workshop. Now it's my workshop for my projects. It's more of a guerrilla workshopping. Another project is this one here. I'm not going to use these bottles, but what I did when I worked at Esso was I noticed how many bottles are being thrown away because there's no recycling over at that Esso. That's just one Esso. So what I used to do is used to fill up these milk cartons full of bottles and bring them in the back. And now I'll show you in another video, but it's behind the fence. I used to have I was just for amusement, just for laughs. What I did was I tried to build bottle mountains to see how high it will go in one semester, as I worked there part-time. Then I decided to save more bottles. I'm getting down to the 50, because I'm going to post this also for YouTube. For YouTube, I'm going to I'm going to make a part 2 of this video right now.